Morning students, in the previous class I discussed about the AC equivalent circuit of JFET common source amplifier using fixed bias configuration. We have started with the derivation of its input impedance, right? So its input impedance is given by Zeta is equal to RG. We have seen this in our previous class. Input impedance of the common source JFET fixed bias amplifier is Zeta is equal to RG. Next, let us move on to finding the output impedance. To find the output impedance, we have to make Vi equal to 0. We are aware of this point that if you want to find the output impedance, we have to turn off the active sources. That is, make Vi equal to 0. So if we make Vi equal to 0 here, right, if we make Vi equal to 0 in this circuit, right, Vi equal to 0, then what we are getting here, if we make Vi equal to 0, VGS will be 0 here, right, in the small signal model, VGS will be 0, Vi means it is VGS, so when VGS is 0, GM VGS will be 0, is it not? GM VGS will be 0, so in this circuit, this is for common source amplifier using fixed bias configuration. Here if we are making that is Vi equal to 0, so VGS is 0. So when VGS is 0, GM VGS will be 0. So when GM VGS is 0, it is open circuited, is it not? The current source becomes open circuited. So the output portion of the AC equivalent circuit is redrawn like this. So current source is open circuited here and we have only small RD and capital RD. So in this circuit, when GM VGS becomes equal to 0, we have only small RD and capital RD in parallel. Correct? So accordingly, the equation for the output impedance Z0 is given by small RD parallel capital RD. So the parallel combination of small RD and capital RD will give the value of the output impedance. Correct? Next, let us find voltage gain. Voltage gain, as we know that it is the ratio of output voltage to input voltage. So AV is given by V naught by VI. So from the figure of small signal model, what is VI here? VI, if we see VI here, so VI is in parallel across VGS. So this is VI, it is in parallel across VGS. So VI will be equal to VGS. VI is equal to VGS. So we found the value of Vi, that is equation for Vi is VGS. Next let us find out the equation for V naught. Consider the circuit of the small signal model output portion. If we consider the output portion here of the small signal AC equivalent circuit, right? We have GM VGS, small RD and capital RD in the output portion. So that is drawn here. GM VGS, small RD and capital RD, the output portion of small signal AC equivalent circuit. If we apply KCL at node D, so if we consider this node D and the currents flowing through small RD as I1, current flowing through capital RD as I2, then if we apply the KCL, then GM VGS plus I1 plus I2 will be equal to 0. So according to KCL, the sum of incoming currents is equal to sum of outgoing currents, right? Or the net sum of the currents at a node is equal to 0. Hence, we have GM-VGS plus I1 plus I2 equal to 0. Therefore, the equation we are having here, GM-VGS plus I1 plus I2 equal to 0. What is I1, students? I1 is equal to V naught divided by small rd, right? In parallel it is. Okay. So, I2 is equal to V naught divided by capital RD. Output voltage V naught divided by capital RD, that is I2. Substitute these equations for I1 and I2 in the previous equation. So using these relations in above equation, that is I1 is equal to V naught by small rd and I2 is equal to V naught by capital RD, we get GM VGS plus V naught by small rd plus V naught by capital RD is equal to 0, or GM VGS is equal to, if we take these two into the RHS, we get minus V naught by small rd minus V naught by capital RD minus V naught. If we take common, then it will be minus V naught multiplied by 1 by RD, 1 by small rd plus 1 by capital RD. Hence, GM VGS is equal to minus V naught. So, LCM is small rd into capital RD. So, small rd into capital RD will come here, then capital RD into small rd will come here. Therefore, GM VGS is equal to minus V naught into small rd plus capital RD divided by small rd into capital RD. That is, if we rearrange the terms for V naught, if we arrange the term for V naught, then V naught will be equal to minus GM VGS into RD into capital RD divided by small rd plus capital RD. V naught is equal to minus GM into VGS into small rd into capital RD divided by small rd plus capital RD. What is this small rd into capital RD divided by small rd plus capital RD? It is a parallel combination of small rd and capital RD. That is, we are writing here V naught is equal to minus GM VGS into small rd parallel capital RD. Take it as equation number 5. Now use these equations 4 and 5 in equation 3. Okay, that is, substitute for equation for V naught and equation for Vi, whatever we have derived in the gain equation. Gain equation, we know that equation 3 is our gain equation. Is AV is equal to V naught by Vi. We know that Vi is equal to VGS, and V naught just now we have derived that. So substitute the equation for Vi and Vi and V naught in this equation for voltage gain AV. Then we get AV is equal to V naught is this equation minus GM VGS into RD small rd parallel capital RD divided by Vi. Vi is VGS. Here if we see here, Vi is VGS. Correct. Therefore, AV is equal to minus GM VGS cancels. Then it is small rd parallel capital RD. What does the negative sign indicate here in the equation for voltage gain? Negative sign indicates that the input voltage and the output voltage are 180-degree out of phase with respect to each other. And hence we say that common source configuration is an inverting amplifier. Common source fixed bias JFET circuit is an inverting amplifier circuit because the output voltage is 180-degree out of phase with respect to the input voltage. Fine, students. I hope everyone are following here. Okay. Now, if we consider the condition for small rd greater than or equal to 10 times capital RD, small rd greater than or equal to 10 times capital RD, or small rd is equal to 10 times capital RD, then what will be small rd capital parallel capital RD? Small rd is 10 times capital RD, so 10 times capital RD parallel capital RD. If we take a parallel combination of large resistance with small resistance, then the equivalent resistance will be equal to the smaller value of the two resistances. So it is 10 RD parallel RD that will give the smaller value, that is RD. So from equation 2, we have Z naught. Equation 2 is our equation 2 RD parallel small RD parallel capital RD. Small RD we are taking it as 10 capital RD parallel capital RD. So it will be capital parallel RD. That is capital RD. Okay. So Z naught will be equal to RD at capital RD. And what about the AV equation? AV is minus GM into small rd parallel capital RD. So parallel combination of small rd and capital RD is again it is 10 times capital RD parallel with capital RD. So that comes out to smaller value, that is capital RD, and hence AV is equal to minus GM into capital RD. Okay. Let us solve an example here. The fixed bias configuration has an operating point defined by VGSQ, or VGS is equal to minus 2 volts, ID drain current or IDQ is equal to 5.625 milliampere, with IDSS, that is drain saturation current, is equal to 10 milliampere, and VP pinch off voltage is minus 8 volts, RG, right, RG is equal to 1 mega ohm, and RD equal to 2 kilo ohm. Value of admittance YOS is provided as 40 microsiemens. So for the fixed bias configuration, common source amplifier JFET circuit, we have to determine transconductance GM, find drain resistance RD, determine input impedance ZI, output impedance Z0, determine the voltage gain AV, and determine AV ignoring the effects of small RD. So let us find these parameters here, these performance parameters here. So the given circuit is fixed bias configuration, that is this circuit is given. This is the circuit, fixed bias circuit. This circuit it is, okay, this circuit. So RG is given as 1 mega ohm and RD is equal to 2 kilo ohm in the given example. RG this is 1 mega ohm and RD is 2 kilo ohm. VG is given, VG value is also given, right? Along with the VG, they have given other parameters also. That is, it is a JFET common source amplifier using fixed bias configuration. They are clearly mentioning in the example that it is a fixed bias circuit. It's a fixed bias configuration. They have mentioned in the example. Now for this fixed bias configuration, GM naught is given by 2 IDSS divided by VP. This GM naught is nothing but the maximum value of transconductance. Is the highest possible value of GM, that is GM naught. So this GM decreases from GM naught to 0 when VGS is increased from 0 to VP. GM naught is the maximum value of transconductance, that is maximum value of GM. So this GM decreases from GM naught to 0 as we increase the gate to source voltage negatively from 0 to pinch off voltage. When we increase the gate to source voltage from 0 to negative Vp minus Vp, then the value of transconductance, that is reciprocal of resistance, okay, that becomes equal to 0. GM naught becomes equal to 0. Okay. So that is GM naught. Here it is given by the equation 2 IDSS divided by absolute value of Vp. So that is 2 into IDSS is, they have given IDSS how much it is, 10 milliampere divided by Vp. Vp is also given is minus 8 volt. If we take the absolute value of minus 8 volt, it is plus 8 volt. If we simplify this, we get 2.5 millisiemens. Okay. Then GM is given by transconductance. This GM is the value of transconductance at particular value of VGS. GM naught is maximum value of transconductance. Try to understand here. Then GM is the transconductance at particular value of VGS. So this GM is given by GM naught into 1 minus VGS Q divided by VP. GM naught we have found out it is 2.5 millisiemens into 1 minus VGS Q. This gate to source voltage. It is how much they are given, minus 2 volts. Minus 2 volts is given, so minus 2 volts divided by Vp, divided by Vp. Okay, that is Vp pinch off voltage, it is minus 8 volt. If we simplify this, then we'll be getting the answer as 1.88 millisiemens. Okay, I hope everyone are following here. Yes. Then drain resistance RD, it is reciprocal of admittance, reciprocal of admittance. So that is 1 divided by 40 microsiemens. They are given the value of admittance as 40 microsiemens. 1 divided by 40 microsiemens, that comes out to 25 kilo ohms. Then Zi, as we have derived just now, the various performance parameters equations of fixed bias configuration of GFET circuit is given by Zi is equal to Rg, that is 1 mega ohm. Zi is equal to Rg, gate resistance. Gate resistance is given here. They are given the value of gate resistance, that is 1 mega ohm. This is the gate resistance. Here we are having the circuit. Okay. This is the gate resistance Rg. This is gate to source voltage VGG or VGS. Okay, this is gate resistance Rg, and this is the drain resistance Rd. Okay, capital Rd. Fine. So we are having Z0 is given by capital Rd parallel small Rd. That is capital Rd is 2 kilo ohm. Parallel with small Rd, just now we calculated is 25 kilo ohm. If we take the parallel combination of these two, then it comes out to 1.85 kilo ohms. Then AV is given by minus GM into small Rd parallel capital Rd. That is GM we have calculated. It is 1.88 millisiemens into small Rd parallel capital Rd. Parallel combination also we have calculated, it is 1.85 kilo ohms. So if you multiply these two values, the answer is minus 3.48 is the voltage gain. It is unitless because it's output voltage by input voltage. Volt and volt will cancel, so it is minus 3.48. Then AV, then we are considering the first one, we are calculating AV, voltage in AV, then AV ignoring the effects of RD. Okay, so if we consider the RD as 10 times capital RD, so 10 times capital RD, parallel capital RD will be only capital RD. We know that parallel combination of high resistance with small resistance is small resistance only. So it is AV will become equal to minus GM into capital RD. So it is minus 1.88 millisiemens into 2 kilo ohm. Capital RD is given. They have given it as 2 kilo ohm. Substitute this, we'll get this equal to minus 3.76. So like this, we are calculating the performance parameters. It is GM, small Rd, Zi input impedance, output impedance Z0, voltage gain AV, and voltage gain AV considering the effects of RD. That is, if we consider the condition for small RD as equal to 10 into capital RD, then we get AV is equal to minus GM into capital RD. Okay. Next, let us move on to a new topic called as MOSFET. MOSFET is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Full form of MOSFET is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. There are two types of MOSFETs, depletion type MOSFET and enhancement type MOSFET. Depletion type MOSFET and enhancement type MOSFET. If you look into this, that is diagram, this figure, it is the construction of the MOSFET. Here, the P substrate is nothing but it is made up on the silicon material. With the silicon material, the P-type layer is called as the P-type substrate. From the silicon material, the P-type layer that is formed is called as the P-type substrate. Then here we are having the N channel. Then these two are the N regions, dope regions, N channel. In between, this is the N channel, right? Then there are metal contacts. Okay, from the metal contacts are taken the terminal, source, gate, and drain. Then these metal contacts or the terminal, source, gate, and drain, they contact with the N channel through the thin layer silicon dioxide insulating layer. These source, gate, and drain terminals, they contact or they come in contact with the N channel through the thin insulating silicon dioxide layer. This is in between a thin insulating silicon dioxide layer. Okay. So this is the construction of the MOSFET. In MOSFET, there are two types, that is enhancement type MOSFET and depletion type MOSFET. This insulating layer, silicon dioxide is an insulating layer, right? So insulating layer means there is no direct electrical connection between gate terminal and the channel of the MOSFET. There is less contact or less direct connection between the gate terminal and the N channel. Okay, because there is a silicon dioxide insulating layer present between the gate and the N channel. Let us move on to the working of the MOSFET. In below figure, the gate to source voltage is set to 0 volts and VDS is applied across drain to source terminals. If we look into this figure, gate to source voltage is 0 and we are applying the drain to source voltage. VGS is 0 volts and the drain to source voltage, we are applying some voltage. When we apply this, then the electrons in the N channel, they are attracted to the positive of the VDD or they are attracted to the positive of the VDS. Okay, so because of this, the current starts flowing in the, and that is in the channel or the in the MOSFET. Current starts flowing in the MOSFET. Okay, so this drain current at VGS is equal to 0 volts is called as IDSS. The drain current which flows in the MOSFET. So this what I am explaining is now N channel depletion type MOSFET. Okay, so in this N channel, the channel is N. This is the channel here. It is made up of N layer, and hence it is called as N channel depletion type MOSFET. Now, because of the applying of the positive VDD or positive VDS, the electrons in the N channel are attracted to the positive of the VDD, and hence the current starts flowing in the MOSFET. And this current ID, when VGS equal to 0 volts, is called as IDSS. Now, when we apply the negative voltage, this is when we are applying VGS equal to 0 volts. Next is when we apply VGS is negative. When we are applying VGS negative voltage, here when we are applying gate to source voltage negative minus, then what will happen is when we are applying with the gate to source voltage minus or negative voltage, then the electrons in the N layer, they are repelled by the negative gate voltage. The negative gate voltage repels the electrons in the N channel and it attracts the holes from the P-type substrate. Try to understand here. When we are applying the negative gate voltage, we know that like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. Because the gate voltage is negative and the channel is the N layer here, the majority carriers are electrons. So these electrons are repelled by the negative gate voltage, whereas the holes in the P-type substrate are attracted by the gate voltage. Because of this, this is how the process takes place, the electrons are repelled by the negative gate voltage and the holes are attracted. So electrons are moving away from the gate, whereas holes are moving into the gate. Because of this, certain electrons and holes, they recombine. There is a recombination of holes and the electrons, right? And electrons and the number of carriers, the number of carriers or the electrons in the n channel responsible for conduction decreases. And hence it is called as depletion type MOSFET. Because there is a recombination of electrons and the holes. Because of this, the number of electrons are depleted or they become less for the conduction, and hence it is called as depletion type MOSFET. So students, in today's class, we have discussed about the performance parameters. That is, we started with the AC equivalent circuit of the GFET, fixed bias common source circuit, output impedance, to derive the equation. Then next we have derived the equation for voltage gain AV. Voltage gain AV, it is minus Gm into small rd parallel capital RD. Then next we have solved an example. We have solved an example on fixed bias configuration. And then we have started with a new topic, that is on MOSFET. We have discussed the construction working of MOSFET, and in particular we have discussed the N-channel depletion type MOSFET, its construction and working. Okay. In examination, the question can be explain or derive the performance parameters of the common source GFET fixed bias configuration. You have to derive the performance parameters, that is input impedance, output impedance, and the voltage gain equations. And one more question on the topics that we have discussed today, maybe explain the N-channel depletion type MOSFET. That is, explain the construction and working of N-channel depletion type MOSFET. To draw these figures, right, and then explain their construction and working. Okay. In the next class, I'll be starting with the P-channel depletion type MOSFET. Okay. P-channel depletion type MOSFET, its construction and working. Then we'll move on to enhancement type MOSFET, their construction and working. Okay, their construction and working. That will take up in the next class. I hope everyone have understood. If there are any queries on today's topics, please send your queries to me. I'll clarify your queries. Thank you.